Postoji Indija koju svi poznajemo ili bar mislimo da poznajemo. Zemlja od gotovo 1,5 milijardi ljudi, gužva, rastuća ekonomija, jedna od budućih globalnih sila. Ali postoji i ona druga Indija koja se ne vidi na naslovnim stranama. Indija u kojoj se susreću diplomatija, biznis i globalna moć. A upravo iz tog sveta dolazi moj večerašnji gost. On se zove Ašiš Saraf. Ašiš je odrastao u jednoj od najuticajnijih industrijskih porodica u Indiji. Iz porodičnog biznisa ušao je u svetske korporacije. Od Talesa do Privrednija i danas je na preseku industrije, bezbednosti i geopolitike. Ali ono što ga čini posebno važnim za Srbiju jeste što danas postaje most između naše dve ekonomije. Ašiš je novi predstavnik Privredne komore Srbije u Indiji i njegov zadatak je jasan, da otvori vrata našim kompanijama u jednoj od najbrže rastućih ekonomija sveta. Sada je pitanje da li smo spremni da kroz ta vrata i prođemo. Moj gost nije samo biznismen, već je i diplomata. Bio je počasni konzul Malediva i Bahama, što ga svrstava među retke ljude koji istovremeno razumeju kako funkcionišu i tržišta i države. Njegov profil je kombinacija kapitala, uticaja i globalne mreže kontakata. Ono što se danas naziva ekonomskom diplomatijom. Tako Ašiš Saraf postaje spona između naša dva sveta, Srbije i Indije. Pripremite se za jedan nesvakidašnji razgovor sa jednim nesvakidašnjim gostom. Uživajte. Ašiš, thank you very much for your time and thank you very much for coming to Serbia. I know it's not your first time being in Serbia, but it is the first time since I know you.
Absolutely. I'm here only because of you.
Oh, thank you very much. But let me start with presenting to our audience who you are. So, our audience already heard about your official posts, you as a businessman, you as a leader. But who is Ašiš Saraf when he is not a businessman, when he is not quiet or diplomat, or when he is not exposed to the official titles and jobs?
I think, sir, you've asked me a very relevant and a prevalent question. Who am I? And this has been my search for the last decade. Since I turned 50, I'm now 61. And I'm in search of who am I. And most people don't understand who you are. If I asked you who you are, you will say, I'm Marco. I'm Marco Čadež.
It's just a name.
It's just a name. I'm a man.
Even I haven't chosen it. So.
Yes. Everything that you are today is not by choice. So my journey to who am I started 12 years ago when I dived into deep spirituality of the Vedanta, which is a 5,000-year-old knowledge of India. And I realized that I'm just a soul. I'm nobody. I'm zero. And we think we become somebody just by who we become, by the name we have, the position we have. But we have to accept that this is all a destiny, fait accompli. Where I was born, the privileges I got is without doing anything. So I am a nobody and I am everything.
And maybe what I heard from you when we first met in Delhi, is that who you are today is not the same who you are tomorrow.
Absolutely. We are all the time in transformation. I am changing on a daily basis. My role in life is more as a giver than a taker. So I'm here to give whatever I can. And I thank you firstly for being who you are, our reason we met, and the fact that I'm here is only thanks to you.
That is why I wanted to start it like this, because I think the whole Vedanta and Hindu philosophy and the way of life is playing a huge role also in your, not only in your way of thinking, but in the way who you are. But coming back to the different identities or roles that we also already introduced in the very beginning of this TV show. Your grandfather on the mother's side was Ramal Modi, founder of the Modi Group. Your father's family built Fakor, India's largest ferrochrome producer. Being a Modi, is a surname like that a gift or a cage?
I thought it was a gift, but then it became a cage. And now I've escaped that cage. and I've become liberated. So I call myself as a global spiritual thinker, and I believe that life is very short, so you have to live every moment and not live for tomorrow and no plans. So I like to do whatever I want to do every day that I'm alive.
But what happened actually, you spent so many years in building, okay, there was a generation before you, starting to building some kind of business empire, working hard on that. Then you overtook it, working with your brothers and your cousins and families on developing that. But in some moment you decided, okay, maybe there is more than just business. There is more than to this life, to this what I am, than just developing business. Because as I met you, the first thing what I understood is this is not a business person that I meet every day in thousands of business occasions that we work on. What was this moment?
So I am a great believer of the philosophy of detachment, which means no ownership. So I have everything, but what I have doesn't own me. So it's like saying if you consume alcohol, you have to consume the alcohol and not let the alcohol consume you. If you have a materialistic plane, a yacht, a car, you should own it, but it should not own you. And there should be no greed. You should be happy with what you have.
But was there some moment in your life that you can remember, wow, I felt something, and that you worked in a totally different way, obsessed with KPIs, with business development, and then one moment which transformed you?
The moment that transformed me was that nothing belongs to me. Everything can be gone in a whiff, in a swift like this. I mean, look at this war that's happening right now. When I turned 58, I celebrated my birthday in Annabelle's on 24th February 2023. And at the stroke of midnight, when my cake was cut, I got a flash saying that Russia has attacked Ukraine.
Yeah.
And I had some Russian friends on my table.
Yeah.
And anything can happen at any given time.
Yeah.
On 28th of February this year, again, the same date that I experienced, that Iran attacked Russia, America attacked Iran.
Yeah.
So life is so short that we have to enjoy and have gratitude. And that's what changed my life 10, 12 years ago.
Now, if you, just to be sure, because we mentioned the Modi as a name, and your family and the Modi industrial dynasty, there is no connection with the Prime Minister,
not at all.
Narendra Modi, but your website shows also some kind of pictures where you are together, but just to define, to what is the relationship in there.
So I have a great desire to be in active politics personally. It's my bucket list, one of the few things left. So I enjoy that being an active person in politics gives you a reason to do something for the country, to shape the nation. Even though I've been living outside India for the last 15 years, I have kept an Indian passport, and I would like to retain that, because as an Indian, if you want to enter the political world, you have to be an Indian passport holder.
Yeah.
It's sometimes a little difficult to travel, but with current rules, it's easier. So I enjoy meeting politicians, and our Prime Minister is one of the greatest leaders the world has ever seen. And I'm a great admirer of his work and his ability to give respect to every Indian in the world. I have seen what the position was 15 years ago when I would be in London on Bond Street. People would stare at us before we entered a Graf or a Van Cleef shop.
Yeah.
Today we are welcome because the power of India has been shown thanks to the Prime Minister.
And this is something that I wanted to also to catch on, for us in Europe, in Serbia, but also in the European continent, it's, sometimes not so easy to understand what is India today because of the complexity of the Indian society, of the so many, nations, different religions living together. Maybe to help us, just for our audience to understand, how do you see India today and what is changing rapidly in the last 5 years, and how do you see India now and maybe in the future for 5 years?
So I would like to mention, sir, 2 decades ago, Indians were not as proud as being Indians as they are today. Today, the sense of pride, of ownership, of our capabilities have become very, very prominent. There's nothing that is lacking in India. You were in India last month. I don't see India has anything that any other foreign country can get. Earlier, Indians would travel to go to fancy movie halls, to malls, to sports areas, to holidays with children. Today, we have everything in India. Every city of India is contained in its own self. The airports are the finest, the connectivity is the finest, food is the finest. We have certain pollution issues in some major cities, but it's getting there.
Yeah. But still, what is for me was interesting. It was my first time in India when I was there, and I was really honored to be there on the AI Impact Summit, which was organized by the Indian state and Prime Minister Modi, where actually the whole world was there. And our delegation was led by the President Vučić, and we had also opportunity to meet Prime Minister and to see the country which is really transforming not only itself, but in a way transforming how the world would look like in some near future.
I think the AI summit, you were there, you were on stage, I met you. You had 20 heads of state for one day.
It was crazy because of the traffic, but you know.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy because of the traffic, but still people came and everybody attended.
Yes.
It was like a bigger event than Davos, if you ask me.
Yes.
And it's the future. It's just the beginning.
And this is true because why I'm talking about that, because I don't think that we very much understand from the point of view of Europe what India is today and how it sees the world development, be it in technology, be it in geopolitics, whatever you want. But let me now turn the question around and say, how you in India see Europe? Because sometimes we Europeans are very center focused, like we are the middle of the world and everything is going around us. How do you see Europe? What think the Europe? Because sometimes for the people who are not from inside, it's easier to assess the problems and the complexities and the challenges somebody's facing than when you are in the middle of the terrain.
So, sir, I would like to say there was a Europe for Indians a decade ago, and there's a Europe for Indians today.
Yeah.
10 years ago, we were fascinated by Europe. We wanted to be there. The 1% of Indians who are so-called the wealthy Indians would be there all the time. The middle class would like to travel. But today, all that is available in Europe has come back to India. Yeah. A simple thing is, when you reach Heathrow Airport in UK, it takes you 1.5 hours to do immigration because there's no people at the desks for an average tourist. India, it is maximum 5 minutes. Before you get out of the immigration, the bags are there. So the efficiency has increased. Our people have started working faster, more efficiently. So Indians by nature like to go to Europe for a holiday, for work of course, but the sentimental feeling that Europe is wow factor has gone. Yeah. There's a wow factor in India also.
Yeah. This is some kind of what I hear when I'm traveling around the globe and outside of the continent, is that be it in China, be it in India, be it in global South, in Africa or in Gulf, that more and more people said, you in Europe are turning yourself to the big museum. If you are not change your attitude towards, you call it efficiency, but I think it is the energy of people who want to change something and who want to have a great. How do you see it?
Also, Marco, if you noticed, you were in India when I met you. People are generally happy.
Yeah.
Less is more.
Yeah.
You don't see anybody complaining because everybody by nature.
Which is very European to complain.
So there is a philosophy. Our religion keeps us together. We believe that there is a bigger energy than money.
And being in this or staying in India, we mentioned the AI Impact Summit, which was the really global event in Delhi just a few months ago. How do you see let's say, the development of artificial intelligence and how it changed the way we are living in and how it changed the societies in India or on the other continents?
I think this artificial intelligence is very, very good for the world. It gives you more information. It changes the way students will study. Earlier, you needed to have an encyclopedia. You needed a dictionary. Now everything is on an iPhone. And as you know, that Indians are about 800 million users of phones, smartphones in India. It's the cheapest in the world, our phone costs. So AI is changing the world in every way. In some ways, it is a little bit scary also. It's going to get rid of a lot of manpower, which is not so good. Yeah. But I guess we have no choice. There's progress and there is a little bit of stagnancy too.
Yeah. This is something which I think nobody could, if you ask how it will look like in 1 year, nobody could really answer you the real question. But being prepared and being adapted to accept also the uncertainty in a way to live with. Some societies are better to do that than the others. And I think what I saw in India is that the people, just normal people, have no problem to live with uncertainty.
Because we accept things. Indians are very accepting as a society. We are not a challenging society.
Is it the part of the mindset? Is it a part of the education?
It's a part of the mindset and the training from childhood.
Yeah. This is very interesting because I think that one of the, let's say, survival mechanism in the modern world is that if you are able to accept
yes,
the uncertainty. But let us now a little bit talk about Serbia. So you have just been appointed and you're our honorary representative of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Serbia and India. And, if you look to the numbers now, they are far away from that where we should be. Now, today we are barely at $130 million of our trade exchange. And, we want to be, and I think you and I have some KPI, which is 1 billion in 2 years.
3 years, I thought.
How do you see it? Is it possible?
I think with your support and my determination, we'll do it. There's no choice. You have to accept a challenge and deliver it.
Yeah, and I think we will see each other more and more. And I can announce we are preparing one very big business delegation from India to Belgrade in early summer, and then one big delegation from Serbia to India in the late autumn this year. So we are starting to work and we have 2 years. We have to catch this 1 billion.
And the main thing, sir, you have to also make sure there's a flight.
Yeah.
So that now the UAE and the GCC issue can help get an Indian airline to come here.
Very
and
important.
Air Serbia too. It's a maximum 6 hours plane. So Serbia can become a very fulcrum of the whole European Union.
But tell me, when it's not your first time to be there, to be in Serbia, how do you see the Serbia? What was your impressions from the first time? Because the impression when you come to one country, it's like me being the first time in India, is maybe one side of the coin. But when you're starting, developing the relations or the relation to this country, things change. I don't know, it's the third or fourth time that you're here.
This is my second time here.
Or second time here, yeah.
But I see a huge development in 5 years.
Yeah.
The Belgrade waterfront is where I'm staying this time. Last time I was staying in the Hilton in the city, close to your office here. Yeah. So it's a massive development. It looks like a mini Dubai at the Belgrade waterfront. Yeah. The MR family was the one behind it. So it makes it look neat and clean. Today I had a big walk there in the morning. The weather has been kind. I feel there's a huge scope. People are very good. From Indian point of view, your dinar and Indian rupee is similar. It's 92 to the dinar. So we are in a similar zone. Cost is not very high. Yeah. People are very friendly. English language is very easily spoken. Yeah. I was coming from Romania 2 days ago. The language was a big issue there.
Yeah.
Even a country like Spain, the language is an issue.
Yeah.
So in Serbia, people seem to be highly educated, very motivated, driven.
Yeah.
So I feel there's a lot of similarities.
Being able to communicate is one of the major things if you want to develop faster and better, especially in the new age. And having India as an example, where you have different languages,
So the best thing that's happened to India is the British, that at least English has become a universal language for us. Yeah. That's like a first language in India.
Yeah. This is very interesting. When you look to Serbia from the outside, as let's say Indian businessman, but as a global citizen, more or less, what do you see? What opportunities you see?
I see opportunities here can be many. One of them can be tourism. Second can be technology, manufacturing. There are many areas we are narrowing down. I have never looked at it so closely as I'm looking now. In the next few weeks, I'll have a more clear idea.
I think there is a lot of angles and opportunities that we need to deep dive in because in the last few days you saw some of our IT companies, you saw some of our chemical companies. So in all that meetings, what was your back thinking about, these guys have something for our market, or let's say we need to work together more?
I think the first question, Marco, I ask being a global citizen to anybody is, have you been to India?
Yeah.
When I get the answer no, I always say that please be my guest in India.
Yeah.
And let's not think of business.
Mm.
You come and see the country, experience it, and then you understand what you can do. For instance, I was at Comtrade. It's an $800 million company, but they don't have an Indian office. Yeah. They have offices everywhere. The big team I went was not there at the AI Summit because they didn't even know about it. So it's about awareness. I went to Yugi Import. They've been to India because they're a defense company. There's a market in India for everything. So I think firstly, as a new Indian friend and representing your chamber, I would like to invite every Serbian to come and visit India. Yeah. And for us, we have a simple philosophy that guest is God. Atithi Deva Bhava. So we treat our guests like God and we welcome them to our country.
And I think it's really the matter of fact that and that is why we started also the discussion between, trying to explain to our audience what India is today, and vice versa. We need to be much more present in India to explain to Indian people what is Serbia and what
Absolutely.
is Southeast Europe as a region today. And this is, I think, the key task that also we have to deliver in the next years.
And that's the whole reason of this collaboration.
Yes, this is true. But let me just go now a little bit again to the world podium. So we went to India, we went to Serbia, we discussed these issues. But there is the times that we are living in. We cannot, not be aware or about everything what is happening in the world now, which we don't really know what could come tomorrow. How do you see the tectonical, let's say, geo-economical and geopolitical movements and so shifts, and how you think it will shape the world economy in tomorrow?
Sir, I think the world is very uncertain. We have to become self-sufficient in every way. Every country has to be dependent on its own resources, rather than wait for the Hormuz Strait to pass the oil or some food company to provide you food and grains and fertilizer. Mm. We have to become very, very sustainable with our own resources.
Which is easy if you are India, but it's not easy if you're a small country like Serbia.
There's nothing as small or big, sir. We have to plan on that manner, how you can do it.
Yeah. And I think building this kind of relations and closer partnerships are crucial in the surviving.
Absolutely.
In let's say, the last question that I would have is, if you are, we're starting from scratch today, so no surname, no capital, no connection, do you think that you would succeed?
I think success is far more better if you start with nothing, because you have nothing to lose. When you have all these additional places in your portfolio, you're always trying to prove to be better. So most of the people who have started with nothing, and India is the #1 example, when the people left India and moved to America, you see the top 100 CEOs, and you go back to their histories, they left with nothing from India, and they became everything. So as a country, we are used to being nothing and becoming everything.
This is one of the really good answers to close this talk, because I think we are in some way, as a Serbia and India, and also in our personal relations, but in the relation between our institutions and the chamber and economies, we are starting from the scratch. We don't have nothing to lose, but we have a lot to win.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. U svetu u kojem danas živimo, u svetu digitalnih iluzija, često zaboravljamo jednu stvar, a to je da se ipak sve oko nas i dalje pokreće oko geografije. Autor Tim Marshall veruje naravno i govori o tome u ovoj knjizi da tehnologija ubrzava, ali da smo kao civilizacija pre svega osuđeni na ono što je oko nas, a to su planine, mora, svemir. U svom novom delu Geografije budućnosti Tim Marshall bavi se i bitkom za svemir, veoma zanimljivom i veoma aktuelnom temom. Tim Marshall je poznat našoj publici kao novinar britanske Sky televizije. Izveštavao je sa ratova u bivšoj Jugoslaviji, rata na Kosovu i agresije na Srbiju, a mnogi ga poznaju i po knjizi Igra senki, u kojoj je pisao o 5. oktobru i padu Slobodana Miloševića. Marshall je poznat po sposobnosti da složene geopolitičke procese objasni jasno i bez ideološke magle. Fokus više nije samo na državama i granicama, već na novim prostorima borbe za prevlast. Svemiru, Arktiku, morskim dubinama, sajber prostoru i klimatski pogođenim regionima. Ideja knjige je jednostavna, ali i uznemirujuća. Budući konflikti neće se voditi samo oko teritorija koje vidimo na mapi, već oko onih koje tek učimo da koristimo. Sateliti postaju ključna infrastruktura savremenog života. Podmorski kablovi nose podatke bez kojih globalna ekonomija staje. Arktik se otvara zbog klimatskih promena i pretvara u novu arenu rivalstva velikih sila. Čak i svemir, nekada simbol zajedničke budućnosti čovečanstva, ulazi u fazu militarizacije. Posebna vrednost knjige je u sposobnosti da poveže klimatske promene, demografiju, tehnologiju i bezbednost u jednu celinu. Klimatske migracije, nestašice vode, rast nivoa mora. Sve to Marshall ne posmatra kao apstraktne buduće probleme, već kao konkretne geopolitičke izazove. Ja u ruci držim nemačko izdanje ove knjige, naravno originalno je i na engleskom jeziku i može se naravno nabaviti online i želim vam da uživate u čitanju ove knjige i da naravno postanete radoznali, a mi se vidimo sledeće nedelje.